Exercise 8.3, problem 2, discussion. Okay, let's read the problem. A solid is in the shape of a cylinder surmounted on a hemisphere. If the diameter and the total height of the solid are 21 centimeters, 25.5 centimeters respectively, then find its volume. Let's mark the information. The total height and the diameter and the total height are 21 centimeters and 25.5. It is a solid in the shape of a cylinder surmounted on a hemisphere. So cylinder is sitting on a hemisphere. The diameter and the total height are 21 and 25.5 centimeters. Okay, that's fine. Now let's draw the diagrams. Here you can see this is the cylinder sitting on the hemisphere. The diameter is 21 centimeters. Okay, so that is the diameter is for the cylinder as well as for the hemisphere. Okay, then total height, that is height of the cylinder plus the radius of the sphere, equal to 25.5 centimeters. Okay, so it looks complicated, but once we draw the diagram, it becomes a little easier, right? Okay, now what are we asked to calculate? We are asked to calculate the volume. Okay, anyway, given D equal to 21 centimeter, the total height is 25.5 centimeter. We need to calculate the volume of the solid, but volume of the solid is volume of the cylinder plus volume of the hemisphere. Okay, so that's what we say here. Volume of the solid is volume of the hemisphere plus volume of the cylinder. And the cylinder and the radius hemisphere both have the same radius. Okay, that's very important to note. So volume of the hemisphere is 2 by 3 pi r cubed. Volume of the cylinder is pi r squared h. And you can take pi r squared commonly out. That becomes 2/3 r plus h. Either you can do it this way, or you can individually find the volume of the hemisphere as well as cylinder and add it up. Whichever suits you, you can do. But we are doing it by this method. Okay, so what is the formula? The volume of the solid, actually this should be in the reddish maroon color. Okay, we don't know this, right? It's a mistake here. It should be reddish maroon. It's not green because we don't know this. Okay, pi r square into 2/3 r plus h, and you can see r we don't know. We don't know the height of the cone, but we know the total height is height of the total height is 25.5. That is height of the cylinder plus the radius of the hemisphere, h plus r. But once again, this is also of little use because we don't know the both h and r. Next, d equal to 2r, the diameter equal to 2r, because these are the information which is given here. We are trying to use all this information to figure out how to do this problem. Okay, d is equal to 2r, so in which case the r can be calculated because this is only one variable. So d divided by 2 is r. Once we know r, we put that value here, and then in this equation h alone will be not known, so we can calculate height of the cylinder. So once we know r and h, then we can substitute those values in this formula and calculate the volume of the solid. Got it? So let's summarize the steps. Calculate the value of the radius r of the hemisphere and cylinder, both have the same value, using d equal to 2r, that is equal to 21 centimeter, which means radius is 21 centimeter divided by 2. Calculate the height of the cylinder using the total height equal to height of the cone plus radius of the hemisphere. Okay, total height of the solid. Total height of the solid here is 25.5 centimeter. So 25.5 will be equal to height of the cylinder plus radius of the hemisphere, which we calculated here, that is 21 by 2. So with that you will be able to calculate height of the cone. Once we know that, substitute the values of r. R is same for both cylinder as well as the hemisphere, and h of the cone, height of the cone, in v equal to pi r square into 2/3 r plus h, and calculate the volume of the solid. Okay, so I suggest you pause the video here and then try to work this problem out on your own, and then come back and check your working. This you can also break it down. This is pi r square into this will be 2/3 pi r cube, that is volume of the hemisphere, and pi r squared h. All I've done is pi r squared I've taken commonly out. You can calculate individually the solid hemisphere and the cylinder and add it also. Okay. So please start your work. Okay, now the solution is here. The diameter is given of this. The diameter of the solid is 21 centimeter. The total height is 25.5. We know volume of the solid is volume of the hemisphere plus volume of the cylinder. So that is equal to 2/3 pi r cubed plus pi r squared h. R is the same for both the hemisphere as well as the cylinder. H is height of the cone. So volume of the solid, you take pi r squared commonly out, you get 2/3 r plus h. Okay, so now the formula is derived. So let's calculate the radius r. For the hemisphere, d equal to 2r, that is equal to 21 centimeters given here. So radius is 21/2 centimeter. For the cylinder, it is the same 21/2 centimeter, because you can see it is the same diameter. So radius is also the same for both the sphere as well as the cylinder. So r is already calculated. The next we need to calculate is the h. Once we calculate height to the cylinder, we can use that formula. H is total height minus r. Total height, we know it is 25.5. So minus r, which we just now calculated, that is 21/2. When you subtract 25.5 minus 10.5, that is 15 centimeter. Okay. Now we need to substitute the value of r and h in the equation 1, which is what we derived here. The v equal to pi r square into 2/3 r plus h. Okay. And r we just calculated that to be 21/2. So substitute r in this equation and h also in this equation. We will get 22/7 into r into 2/3 into r plus h. Okay. So 7 will go 3 times. Okay. And then 2 will go 11 times. Okay. So you will get 11 into 3 into 21/2. This 3 will go 7 times. 2 will get cancelled. So 7 plus 15, that will be 22. So you will get 11 into 3 into 21/2 into 22. This on simplification will get you 7623 centimeter cube. So that's the volume of the solid is 7623 centimeter cube. Okay. I hope you got your working right. If not, please check which step you have gone wrong and correct it. And if you have not understood the problem, please go back to the discussion part of the video and review it. Okay, thanks for watching.